Enough. Oh, there we go. Now I'm recording. Okay. We can talk about that for sure and try to figure out a solution. But in the meantime, I'm going to click mute all unless anybody wants to add anything else. Anybody else as excited as I am about the summer solstice? Probably. Okay. All right. Here we go. Mute all. And I will also help me stay as the speaker. Okay, so let's come to your chair. Find yourself in your nice, comfortable seat. Remember, you want your feet to begin to come nice and flat to the floor. And feel free to give yourself a little moment in which you wave a tiny bit back and forth. Maybe even just offer that little side body and a wave. You can feel like a little piece of seagrass, if you will. Or sort of on the dunes, maybe just kind of floating in the breeze. Or perhaps you pretend your seagrass is in the water, just kind of being moved around by the tides and the current. And then see if you can turn this into a little bit more of a circle. So you're keeping your feet on the floor, your knees are forward, and you're just allowing your torso to do these circles. If you'd like to take your feet a tiny bit wider, you are, of course, more than welcome to do that as well. All right, and then once you've made a few circles in one direction, see if you can pause and go the other way. You can move your hands up and down onto your legs if that gives you a little more space. And you're more than welcome to just kind of decrease the size of the circle or increase, allowing your body, again, just to take these nice little movements that feel good. All right, let's continue that last circle. And then when you're ready, come back up to a nice, big, tall seated posture. Allow your feet to root to the earth. Allow your torso to rise. See if you can lift your head up out of your Zoom window. Can you get a little taller? All right, open your palms so they're facing your lap. And then roll your palms to face the ceiling. And then do that the other way, palms down. And then palms up. Good. Palms down and palms up. Last time, palms down, ending with your palms up. Let your thumb and first finger come together. It's almost as if you're making that OK symbol. Call it Ganai Mudra. If it doesn't feel good, extend your fingers. And then take a deep breath. Inhale through your nose. Open your mouth, nice big exhale. You can make it loud and audible, big exhale. Try that again. Inhale, please, through your nose. Open your mouth, big audible exhale. Good, one more time. Nice big deep breath in. Open your mouth, nice big exhale. Beautiful. You can leave your hands here, bring them closer to your heart, or maybe crisscross at your heart. Just take a moment to notice what's on your heart and mind. And maybe you want to send a well wish or a prayer to someone that you know. Maybe you just want to come back to your favorite word. And perhaps your favorite word today is sunshine. All right, when you're ready, take a nice big deep breath in. And as you exhale, allow that intention and energy to move off into the universe. Sweep your hands then down by your side. See if you can open and close your fists a few times. So squeeze a gentle fist and release. Good. And then see if you can touch just your thumb and fingers. Nice and easy. Beautiful. And then opening the hands heavy and low, roll your palms open and closed as if you were very gently opening up a peanut butter jar down near the floor. And then let your hands begin to move a little higher. Still opening and closing those jars. Beautiful. And then maybe even up a little higher up towards the ceiling. And then when you get up there, change your mind and start to come back down, open and close all the way back down. Beautiful. Let your hands come back to your lap. Take a breath. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. From here, draw your attention to your belly button and pull your belly button in as you round your body a little. So I'll turn. Think of your back turning into a little bit of a C And then push your belly forward and open up, get a little broader into the front of the body. And then from there, exhale, pull your belly button in and round. And then inhale, press forward, open and lengthen. Good, 2 more times. Exhale with that gentle rounded C curve into the body. And press forward. Beautiful. Last one. Exhale, rounding in, just creating that nice movement into the body. And then opening up, big deep breath. Good. And then come back to that nice tall central position where again your head is lifted up. This time take your right hand out and open it up to the height of your shoulder. Roll your palm and push it back down. Do that again. Open your right arm up, height of the shoulder. Roll your palm, push it down. Switching sides, left hand up. Roll your palm and down. Good. And again, lifting up, roll your palm, press down. Now both arms lift up, roll your palms, press down. Good. One more. Lift up, roll your palms and down. Good. This time lift up and stay here. Turn yourself into a cactus. Now letting your elbows stay wide. See if you can roll your palms forward and then towards your ears. And forward and to your ears. Good. Forward and to your ears. Good. Last one. Now hold those elbows in. Close your French doors. Let your pinky finger side come close to touch. And then open your French doors nice and wide. And again, see if you can bring the pinky fingers close. Good. And open out nice and wide. Good. 2 more. Draw those pinkies close. And lengthen. Good. Last one. Closing your French doors. Now keep the arms open this time. Can you rotate your fingers down but keep the elbows up? Good. And then lift. Beautiful. And then rotate your fingers down. Good. Now let's get wild and crazy. Keep the right one up, but let the left one go. And then switch. And then switch. And then switch. Good. Lift up. Beautiful. Last time through. And lift up. Good. Take the left one up, touch the sky, and then weave your hands out in front of you, nice and gently. Bringing your hands back to your lap. Let them rest for a moment. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth, nice big exhale. Use that diaphragmatic breath. Use the diaphragm to push up the air. Try that again. Nice big deep breath. Open your mouth, big exhale. Beautiful. Last one, just like that. Nice big deep breath through your nose. Open your mouth, big exhale. Perfect. Take your head, keep your chin nice and straight, but rotate to look out over your right shoulder. And just notice how that feels on your neck. And then invite your chin back to center and rotate it off your left side. And then come back. All right, how did that feel? Anybody got a little tension in the neck? All right, I want you to take 1 or maybe 2 fingers and gently bring it to that little part of your head, right around that area where your neck and the back of your head touch. It's called the occipital ridge, and there's a little kind of bump there maybe, and very gently just put a little pressure on that, all right? And then pause. Now turn your head to the right, and again, just that little bit of pressure. And you can push or you can kind of rub gently from side to side, okay? Just noticing, it's a little way we're gonna open up your neck a little, good. And then gently release your hand and turn your head back to center, good. Switching sides, so once again, left hand, 1 or those 2 fingers, but this time just to that lower part of your neck. Okay, you're still sitting up nice and tall. You might feel it's a little tender, so be gentle with yourself here. Okay, a little self-massage. All right, pause, and then turn your head towards your left elbow, okay? And then continue that gentle little massage, just real easy back and forth, okay? Nothing that should be painful, although you might find some tender spots. Okay, we're doing a little reset here. All right, and then when you're ready, turn your chin back to center, release your hand. All right, one more time, take a deep breath. And as you exhale, turn your head to the right. By any chance, does it feel a little better? Inhale your head back to the center and then off to the left. By any chance, does that feel a little better? A little bit larger range of motion? Come back to center. What do you think? Anybody feel it? Halfway, yeah? Okay, nice little thing you can do in the morning, especially if you slept on a pillow in a funny way, or if you just want to wake up and do a little reset, okay? All right, coming back to sit up nice and tall. Bring the soles of your feet real heavy to the ground. See if you can bring your legs together. On the inhale, reach up with your right hand, touch the sky. Good. And then lower it down. Reach up with your left hand, also touch the sky. And come back. I'm going to go back an inch here. All right, now take your right foot. See if you can push it out and further away. I'm going to dip my screen just a tad so you can see my toes. All right, bring that right foot back. Now your left foot, go ahead and push it away. Good. Make sure you're in a good secure spot in your chair. We're adding on right arm up and bring it back down. Left arm up and bring it back down. Right foot out and bring it back. Left foot out and bring it back. Good. Right arm up and down. Left arm up. Good. Right foot away. We're going to try moving a little bit faster. You ready? Do your best. Here we go. Right arm and down. Left arm. Get really tall. Beautiful. Right foot and back. Left foot, last time like this. Here we go. Right arm, reach for the sky and down. Left arm, reach for the sky. Good. Right foot and left foot. Now we're going backwards. So we start with that left foot out and back. Right foot out. Good. Left arm up, get tall, get tall. Right arm up, get tall, get tall. Left foot again. Here we go. Out and back. Right foot out. Good. Left arm up and down. Right arm. Last one all the way through. Left foot out and back. Right foot out. Good. Left arm up. Stretch it tall and down. And right arm and down. Awesome. Woo. Anybody's heart rate go up a little bit? Little movement there. All right. Keep your feet on the floor, but see if you can turn your heels out. So your balls of your feet are down, and then leave your heels down and turn your toes out. Can you do a Mary Poppins? Good. And then see if you can rotate a little further. Balls of the feet down, heels out. Do you feel a little movement into the ankles? Good. Bring it back. Mary Poppins, and then turn your toes in. Bring your heels in. Good. Try again. This time, toes out first. Mary Poppins. First position for my ballerinas. All right. Then make it more of a pigeon toe. And then work those toes out. Good. One more time, heels out. Bring it back. Heels come in. Toes come in. Heels come in. Toes in. Good. Last one, heels in. And then whoop, zip them back together. All right. Now walk your feet to about your outer hips distance. All right. Remember your wavy gravies from earlier? See if you can bring those back. And if you'd like to turn it into that nice gentle circle, go ahead. Nice and easy as you move through your body. And then when you're ready, feel free to go the opposite way one more time. Now, as always, in the practice here, if there's a reason you don't want to take your head up below your heart, if you have glaucoma, blood pressure issues, kind of things going on in your spine, I want you to keep your hands on your lap and just lean forward a teeny tiny bit, okay? So if you watch here, hands on the lap, and there's just a little bit of that forward fold. Now, if it's comfortable in your body, and again, you don't have those glaucoma issues or blood pressure issues, you can try taking your forearms down, okay? As you do, you want to look down towards your feet. So your eye gaze is soft towards the floor, a couple inches ahead of your toes. And just notice how it feels to sort of soften your shoulders. Surrender here. Okay, remember you can always do this with the hands simply on the lap if that's better for you today. All right, from here I want you to stick out your tongue at the floor. All right, now move your tongue towards your right ear. And the left. Sound effects are optional. You can make them if you want. All right, one more time. Tongue to the floor. Tongue towards your right ear. Tongue towards your left ear. And then back in your mouth. All right, walk your hands back up your lap and sit up nice and tall. Inhale, reach and touch the sky. Exhale your hands back into your heart. All right, take your right foot a tiny bit wider. Maybe there's a little turn out of your toes. Your heel is in and your knee and toes point out. Then take your left foot also a little bit wider. Okay, so you can think about your toes maybe being turned out to 11 and 1, maybe a little closer to 10 and 2, depending on how it feels on your knees and ankles. Then sit up nice and tall. On the inhale, touch the sky. As you exhale, find your cactus. Good. Inhale, touch the sky. Exhale, bring your hands back down to your lap. And again, inhale, reach, get tall. Exhale, cactus. Good. Inhale, reach. Lower down. We'll do that 2 more times. Take a deep breath. Inhale, reach. Exhale, cactus, the elbows wide. Good. Inhale, reach. And lower down. Last one. Inhale, reach. Big wide cactus. Inhale, reach. Hands come down. Beautiful. Now roll your palms out so your pinky fingers are up towards the sky. Your thumbs are to the floor. And then roll them up and down. Roll them up and down. 2 more. Up and down. Good. Last one. Hold the palms this time facing the earth. Keep your feet heavy to the floor. Give yourself just a little bit of a forward lean, okay? So it's not much, just a little. Feel your back muscles fire. Deep breath, and then come back and sit up tall, okay? Try that again. Just that little bit of a hinge forward. Power into your feet and your core. Come back up. Good. Last one. Just that little forward fold. Beautiful. And come back. Sit up nice and tall. Crisscross your arms and give a hug. All right, keeping your feet where they are. You can massage if you'd like. A little bit into your arms and shoulders. Maybe your upper part of your shoulders got a little tired with that previous exercise. And then note which elbow came up on top. You can take them wide and crisscross the other way. All right, feet should still be pretty wide into the space here. All right, uncross your arms one more time. This time, end with your left elbow on top. So make the adjustment as you need to. Let your shoulders come down. Deep breath. All right, from here, let your elbows point towards your right leg. Good. Inhale back to center. Deep breath, and as you exhale, let your elbows point towards your opposite leg. Good. Come back to center. Beautiful. From here, open the arms wide. And now let your right elbow come up and on top. Good. Nice hug of the body. Deep breath. Take your elbows once again towards your right knee. And then inhale, come back to center and go towards your left knee, left leg. Beautiful. And back to center. Good. Unwind your arms. Bye, Linda. Hands come back to your left. Good. Take a deep breath, relaxing your hands. Inhale. And exhale. Good. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Can you scoot yourself a little bit closer to your right side of your chair? Okay, you don't have to go much. And then maybe bring the right foot a tiny bit wider. So as always, you want to make sure you're nice and secure on the chair. Even if you're a little bit on the corner space, you want both of your sit bones to still be on the floor. Both feet should be nice and flat here. Take your fingertips towards your heart. Let the palms face the floor. Inhale, lift your hands up. And like a little French press, exhale. SH sound brings your hands back. Beautiful. Try that again. Inhale, lift, 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 lift. Big deep breath. Exhale. your hands back down. Beautiful. One more time. Inhale. Nice and tall. Exhale. Beautiful. See if you can drop your palms so the palms are now facing each other. Drop the elbows. Inhale, and when you're ready, lift up your hands like a rocket ship, and then open them out to the height of your shoulders. Good. Draw your fingertips together to touch. Lower your elbows. Beautiful. Rocket ship your hands up into that universe. You got it. And then open them. And you look out over your right hand. Beautiful. One more time. Big deep breath. Fingertips touch. Elbows drop. Lift up to touch the sky. And open the hands out nice and wide. Beautiful. Let your left hand come to your thigh or maybe your chair. Roll your right palm up to the ceiling. Take a breath. And as you exhale, can you lift your arm up towards the sky? Inhaling and exhaling. Nice. If it doesn't feel good to stretch your arm all the way up, you can make a cactus elbow or keep reaching nice and high. Deep breath. Awesome. And release. Take your right hand, this time back to your right thigh. You can stay here or shift your weight a little more into that right side. Let your left hand come down towards the floor. Can you make a big circle almost as if you're stirring something or dragging your fingers along some sand at the beach? And then reverse your direction. Nice and easy. As always, there's no right or wrong movements. We're just creating these movements. Beautiful. And then from here, reach low and take a big deep breath. As you exhale, start your lawnmower. I mean, what else do we do in the spring and summer, right? We get to start the lawnmower. All right, pulling the elbow high. Right hand is still anchoring you above that right thigh. Deep breath, exhale, pull. Beautiful. This will be our last one. Nice big deep breath. Exhale, pulls your elbow up. Can you lift your hand up and far away, or maybe over your head? And I'm trying to scrunch a little so you can see this, but I'd really prefer you stay nice and long in your torso. Fantastic. Big deep breath into your side body. That left side is taking a really nice spacious breath. Awesome. Come back to center when you're ready. Release your hand. Woo! That was a tough work. All right, can you heel toe that right foot back into the middle? Coming all the way back to center. Good, take a breath. Exhale. Good, remember if you need a small sip of water, you're more than welcome to take one at any point. Your left leg this time can heel toe out when you're ready. And you're scooting a little bit more to that left-hand corner of your chair. You'll invite the knees to turn out, toes to turn out as well. And again, you want to make sure both sit bones are nice and heavy on your seat. Okay, sitting up nice and tall. Then bring your fingers together right near your heart. Take a deep breath, letting your fingers go up. As you exhale, make an SH sound, bring the hands down. Shh. Good, do that again. Inhale, get tall, really big stretch. SH sound. Shh. Fabulous, 2 more times. Inhale, really use your lungs, use your diaphragm, push out that air. Shh. Fabulous, last one, just like that. Inhale, reach up, touch the sky. Exhale, shh. Beautiful. As you pause here, take a moment to swallow, making sure you have released, or feel free to grab a sip of water if you'd like to. All right, palms come together right by your heart. Nice big deep breath. Rocket ship. Let your hands blast off to the sky and then open out nice and wide, height of your shoulders. Beautiful. Trying that again. Fingertips touch. Allow your elbows to drop. Rocket ship your hands up, 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 and open. Can you turn your gaze and look at your left hand as your hand comes down? Beautiful. 2 more times. Fingertips touch. Allow your elbows to drop. Rocket ship your hands high into the sky and then sweep them back out into the sides. Fantastic. Last one. Fingertips touch. Allow your elbows to drop. Extend high to the sky and then open out to the height of your shoulders. Beautiful. Right hand can come onto your chair or your lap. Let your left palm lift you up to the ceiling. Extend the fingers up as you reverse your warrior here. Feel a nice big stretch into the left side of your body. Please take a big deep breath into that space on the left rib cage. One more time. Nice, really big deep breath right there. Awesome. And then when you're ready, come back to center. Slow the hands down. Give yourself a little break. Soften the shoulders for a moment if you wish. And then your left hand will stay on your thigh. Okay? And let the right arm reach down towards the floor. So you might let the right shoulder come across your body a little more. And then begin your big circles. So you can pretend like you're stirring something in a really large pot. Or if you prefer, I like the idea of dragging my fingers on the sand. All right, when you're ready, pause to reverse the direction, nice and easy. You're not forcing anything here. You're just kind of enjoying that gentle movement. All right, and then from here, let your hand get nice and heavy and low. Pretend like you are pulling open or starting up your lawnmower. And then release your hand down. Take a big deep breath, and as you exhale, use that nice rotation of the body. And lower your hand down. Again, deep breath, exhale with that nice big rotation. And lower it down. Last one, deep breath, exhale, and rotate. Beautiful. And come down. All right, this is our last one. Let the elbow go high and then flip your hand. Can you stretch to the ceiling? If that feels okay, again, you can take it a little further for that stretch, deeper stretch into your right side body. Just sort of pay attention to how that's feeling in your body. Fabulous. On the next breath, go ahead and come back up to center. Good. Whew. Take a moment and then let your left foot heel toe itself back into the middle of your mat. All right, how you doing? Feeling okay? Back to center. Invite your body to scoot back into your chair and maybe even lean back into your chair. So what I'm going to do is do a flip. You don't have to, but I want you to be able to see that I'm leaning back, holding the chair. Can you lift your left foot up? And put it back down. How about the right side? Good. Left foot up once again. And down. Right foot up. All right, if it feels okay, can you lift both feet up? And then maybe point and flex your toes. If not, one at a time is perfectly fine. All right, if you've done one at a time, do a switcheroo. And point and flex your toes. Beautiful. And then lower one or both legs down. One more time. Right side up. And down. Left side up. Can you push your heel further away? And down. Right side up. Push your heel further away. Feel that stretch in the lower part of your leg. Good. Left heel up. Beautiful. Now that option is yours. Can you try both heels? Okay, if not, one at a time, just like we did. Good. If you have one up, switch. If you're holding both up, stay there. You can point and flex the feet. Very good. All right, take a breath. Set both legs back down. Take another breath. Sit up tall. Let your hands come to your lap and lean forward just a little bit. Nice big deep breath. One more time. Nice big deep breath. Beautiful. Push your hands into your legs. Come back up. Good. Walk your feet into the middle. Now we will stand up if you would like to. Okay. Remember that is completely optional. You are welcome to stay in the chair. But if you do want to stand up, Double check that there aren't any props or personal items, water bottles, things nearby. And if they are, scoot them out of the way. If you're feeling like you want to stand up, let your heels come back closer to your chair so your nose goes over your toes. Hold the chair if you wish, crisscross at the arms. We'll practice 2 times and then stand up on the 3rd, okay? So if you're ready for it and you want to, nose over the toes, power into your legs, lift up just a little bit, and then change your mind, sit back down into your chair. Good, if you crisscrossed your arms, try crisscrossing the other way. All right, nice big deep breath, power into your legs. As if you were gonna stand up, lift up a bit, then settle back down into your chair. All right, switch the arms around. Now remember, you can start here and change your mind to put your hands on your chair if you need it, okay? This time you'll be able to stand up all the way if you would like, all right? Nose over the toes, big deep breath, power into the legs, elevate your hips for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo, we did it. All right, standing up, you're welcome to move your chair closer to your top of your mat. So now we can use the chair to hold on to, okay? And again, make sure that you don't have any props or anything close by. I don't want you to hit anything. All right, hands can come onto your chair as you stand nice and tall behind it. All right, do you remember a little while ago we lifted up with the right hand? Let's try that again. And if you're seated in the chair, we'll do it just the way we did earlier. Then lift your left hand. Perfect. Now can you tap out your right toes and back and your left toes? Good, try that again. Both feet down, right hand up and down, left hand up. Fantastic, right foot out to the side and left foot out to the side. Good, one more time, right hand up and down, left hand up and down, right foot out and back, left foot out. Good, now the opposite way. So left foot out first and back, right foot out second. Beautiful. Left arm goes up and right arm goes. Good, last time, here we go. Left foot out and back, right foot out. Left arm up, right arm up. And take a break. Both hands down. Stand nice and tall. Big deep breath. Beautiful. All right, I'm going to move my chair so you can still see my legs and feet. You can adjust yours or just keep it in front of you. I want you to put all your weight real heavily into your left foot, okay? That is your power leg right now. That is your single strong leg. Your right foot, your heel can come up and back behind you. Right hand can stay perhaps out to the side. Sometimes that counterbalance is very helpful. Good, allow your eyes to continue to look up. Stand here, take a breath for 3. If you're still seated in the chair, just pick the knee up instead, okay? And 2, and 1, nice. Lower your foot down, shake out your hand, and do a nice little march. We'll try that one more time, working on that balance, okay? So left foot will be your strong, heavy leg. Let it press down. Right arm can come out if you wish, or if the chair's in front of you, both hands on the chair or one hand up, your call, okay, your choice. If it feels okay, right hand out, bend the right knee, lift it up. See if you can hold it in the air. If you'd like, you can also try to lift the knee up a little bit higher, just for a little variation. All right, of course, don't hit your knee on the chair. That wouldn't feel good. All right, bring the right foot down and release. Good. If you've moved your chair at all, you can adjust it, and I will just like that. If not, your right leg is now your strong stationary leg, okay? Left arm goes out. Your power is in the right leg. Your left knee can bend, heel can lift up towards your glute. Okay, just a little simple hold right there. Open up through the heart space. Take a nice big deep breath. Find your balance. Look ahead of you, cross the room. Eyes open, big and bright. 3, 2, and 1. Woo. Release that. Take a moment to march. You can even shake out your left hand. All right, we'll try one more time. Are you ready? Right foot strong and heavy. Left arm goes out. Spread your toes on that right foot like a tree, creating roots into the earth, and then pull your left heel up. Or if you'd like the variation, just lift the knee up in front of you. No right or wrong answer, just a little bit of a variation. Give it a try, whatever feels good. For 3, look up across your room, eyes open big and bright. And 2, and 1. Fantastic. Release your foot down. Whew. Give your legs a little bit of a march. All right, if you moved your chair, go ahead and return it so you have plenty of space in front of you. And I'll invite you to come back to your chair. But if you brought with you one of those wands, a ski pole, a ruler, whatever you may have, let it come with you. Have a very gentle and easy seat when you come back down. All right. And then if you don't have something with you today, please don't worry about it. I want you to simply pretend, okay? All right, so pretend like you're holding something. I think I've shared with you, this is my Swiffer wand, and I'm not kidding. I use it more often to exercise and in classes than I ever do for cleaning the floors. Shh, don't tell anyone though, okay? All right, here we go. We're in our kayak because it is almost the full day of summer. So we're doing some summer fun here. All right, crisscrossing nice and gently in front of the body. Big arms, as big as it feels okay to you. All right, we're gonna mix it up. We're gonna go onto the right side for 4 times. So stay here, 4. Stay on this side, 3 and 2. Good, switch around, left side for 4 and 3 and 2. Back to the alternating, right and left and right and left. 2 more, right and left. Last one, right and left. Wand or whatever you're using in your lap and take a moment just to glide. So feel like your kayak or canoe is just gliding. But take your hands a little wider on your stick or whatever you're using. Bring it forward and straighten out your elbows. Take a deep breath. On the inhale, lift up. Here comes the sun. All right, exhale, bring your hands back down. Good, deep breath. Inhale, here comes the sun, and you're welcome to say that with me. And lower down. Good, 2 more times like that. Here comes the sun, da-na-na-na. If you have to go with the extra beats, go ahead, because I sometimes can't stop myself. All right, last one. Here comes the sun, nice and big. And lower down, beautiful. We are going to add on to this. So if you want to keep that, that's perfectly fine. Here you go. Here comes the sun, nice and big. And then bring it down in front and push up. Good, so pull it down. You can say pull and push back up. Bring it down, pull and push. 1 more, bring it down, pull, press it up, push, and then take your sun, allow it to come down. Here we go, 1 more time. Here comes the sun, all the way up. Now this time, if it feels okay, can you bring it behind you, okay? You might wanna take your hands a little wider. Press back up. All right, so pull it down and then push back up. All right, so ideally you're bringing it behind your head, but you're still looking straight forward, okay? If it doesn't feel good in your back, you can bring it forward still, okay? Again, if you want, take your hands a tiny bit wider if your item will allow that. That will help with the back of the shoulders. Good. Last one, just like this. All right, bring the hands to straight forward and lower your sun. Perfect. Take a moment to relax your arms. Give your shoulders a little wiggle. If you want, you can always massage. That's a lot of work into your shoulders. All right, and then with a little bit wider foot stance, take your wand and allow it to go straight up and down. So again, if you're not using anything, we'll just pretend. And then I want you to play a little game of hot potato with yourself, right? Remember that game, or the one where you stack your palms? Open wide, starfish, stack your palm. Stack one on top of the other. Open wide, starfish, and come back. So you're gently climbing up the rod here. All right, beautiful. All the way up towards the top. Good. Last one, and then we'll go backwards, all right? So left hand out and tuck it below. Right hand, good. So each time, make your starfish hand as you bring it down or out to the side, all right? Starfish those fingers nice and wide and down. Good, all the way. 3 and down and 2 and down. Beautiful, last one. All right, here comes a little bit of a challenge and a little bit of fun. Can you bring your wand up, let go, and catch it a little lower? Now, if you're using a ruler or something that might give you splinters, you can skip this, okay? But if you happen to have something smooth like a broom handle, take it up high, release your fingers, and see if you can still catch it as it comes down. All right, you can try it again a little higher. Good. Don't watch the Zoom when you do this. Watch your wand and catch. Good. All right. If you had your right hand on top, try it again, but let your left hand go on to the top this time. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Whoop. How are we doing? All right. If you don't have a wand, but you have something like a yoga block near you, see if you can take it up and give a little catch in front of you. All right. So it doesn't have to be. Don't do this if you're using yoga weights, though. I don't want them to fall on your toes. Don't use it if you're using a book or something heavy, okay? A block, a tissue, all right? A soft or small little pillow would be great. Again, one of these wands. All right, keep your eyes on your wand as you drop it down. Awesome, good. How did we do? Good? All right, take a moment just to open and close your eyes a few times. Nice and big. All right, take your wand in your right hand, let your palm face the floor. Take a breath, open it wide out to the side and bring it back to center. Good. If you don't have anything, you can absolutely do this exact same motion. We're going to repeat a couple times without anything in your hand, okay? See if you can follow it, look out to your right, and then come back, okay? So you're rotating your eye gaze out and coming back. Good. Last one. Rotate it out. Nice. We'll switch sides here. So let your left hand take over, right hand on your lap. Good. Start with the motion. And then when you're ready, go ahead and follow it with your eyes. You can turn your chin. All right. You feel like you're creating a bow and arrow here? Oh, just wait. Hold on to that thought. All right. Last one. Beautiful. All right. We're going to switch sides. Creating your target. Right hand on. Open up. Here is your bow and arrow. Take your left hand, reach it across, pretend like you've got your bow and arrow, and then pull back and release. Bing, if you want. All right, one more time. Pull, give yourself that nice twist, pull back and release. Bing, all right, I was kidding, that we have one more. Sweep the left arm around, big deep breath, pull back, find your target, and bing, release. Nice. All right, bring the hand back to center. Switch it so now your left hand is on, palm faces the floor, open up and out to the side. And I know one of these sides is going to feel really awkward, but that's okay. All right, pulling the arm around. You've got your bow and arrow. Find your target. Pull that right hand back. Look, big deep breath. Exhale, ping, and then sweep the right arm around again. Find that nice twist. Pull back, elbow nice and high on the right hand. You can adjust your target if you need to. Bing! All right, here comes your last one. Again, sound effects are optional, but if you think that they help, like I do, go ahead and use them. Ready? 3, 2, 1, bing! Great job. Bring your left hand back down. All right, take a moment to swallow. Big inhale. Nice big exhale. Beautiful. One more time. Nice big deep breath in. Nice big deep breath out. Beautiful. roll your wand or whatever you're using. If it's a ruler, you might have to do little bunny hops, but leave it towards the closer to your knees and just lean forward just a little bit. Okay, so you're still keeping your eye gaze ahead of you on the floor, a couple feet ahead of your toes. Soften your jaw. Take a nice big deep breath. One more. Nice big deep breath. Beautiful. And then from there, push into your legs to come back up with your strong spine. Beautiful. All right, one more option if you wish, and it feels okay. You can take your wand up and over your head to the small, kind of to that space where your neck and your shoulders meet. All right, just see if that feels comfortable. Okay, it shouldn't feel any pressure or anything. If it's a little bit short, narrow, you might want to take it just in front of your collarbones, okay? If you can also widen your hands, all right? So just take them a little bit wider. Beautiful. See if you can let your elbows drift behind you a tiny bit. And I know this is not easy, okay? We often round through the upper body, but I want you to see if you can push your back into whatever you're using, okay? So you're feeling a really good openness through the upper part of your torso. You can even lift your eye gaze so you're looking closer to where your ceiling and your wall meet, maybe across your room. Nice. Can you take a really big deep breath? Feel the front of your body expanding. And a nice big exhale. One more time. Nice big deep breath. And exhale. Beautiful. If you had used the wand, bring it back behind you. Very good. And then we'll set it down safely somewhere off to the side. Now you can give it a little push away. And then for the moment here, just find yourself going back into your easy, wavy, gravy, side to side. You're acting like a piece of seagrass, or maybe you want to do a few more of those circles. All right, just finding those nice, easy movements that feel good. All right, maybe you feel a little bit looser through the upper torso, a little bit gentle. Then begin to turn those into some nice shoulder rolls. And then as you do, and I'm going to get closer to the screen here, I want you to take your hands and split your fingers and see if you can just gently massage that sort of one finger in front of your ear, one finger back behind your ear. And then as you do, see if you can just notice that softness and softening perhaps of the jaw. And you can bring your fingers closer to your chin. Beautiful. And then if you're wearing glasses, you can go around them. If you're not wearing them or you don't mind taking them off, see if you can trace a couple circles around your eyes. And we're just doing a little bit of a face massage, just encouraging all of the lymphatic systems to kind of drain, and maybe a little sinus pressure here around the eyes. You might have some, so maybe you're alleviating that. And then see if you can smooth out your forehead a little bit. And then drag your fingers back down towards your ears. One more time, split your fingers and just rub gently in front of and behind your ear, real gently here. Perfect. And then from there, take your fingers to your throat. And you can use one or two or four, but just kind of drag your fingers down. And these are all very, very gentle, easy movements. All right. And then maybe take one hand across your shoulder. Give your front of your torso just a little massage, and then maybe up into the shoulder. Okay, and then go the other way, crossing the body. Beautiful. And then real gently, you can just tap ever so gently right under your collarbones or right towards your sternum. And these are really gentle little taps. Breathing in and out. Beautiful. One more time. In and out. And then from here, take your hands and do a couple circles at your abdomen. Okay. And then if it feels okay, reach behind you, bringing that energy kind of from your back towards the front. Beautiful. And then maybe one more set of circles right here. Beautiful. And then moving to your legs. You can kind of push as if you were brushing some crumbs off of your lap. Just kind of push away. Beautiful. And if it's comfortable to you to reach the backs of your knees, you don't have to lift them up, but I want to show you where I'm reaching. Just give a little massage into the backs of your knees. All right. And then from there, begin to bring everything back up. You can draw the crumbs back to your lap instead, okay? Pushing them away, you're just bringing them here. Good, one more time, a little bit of pressure and a small circle in and around the belly. All right, and then when you're ready, relax your hands onto your lap. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open out and blow out like you were blowing out a candle. Try that again. Nice big deep breath. Inhale through your nose. Blow out like you were blowing out a candle. Beautiful. Last time. Deep breath in through the nose. And blow out like you were blowing out a candle. Beautiful. Take a moment to swallow. All right. If you are comfortable staying in your chair right where you are, you're welcome to do so. Maybe you'd like to scoot back into your chair. You can prop your feet up on an ottoman or your blocks if you have something nearby. You're also welcome to cover with a blanket if you have one, or perhaps just to put a cushion behind the small of your back. We'll take a few moments just to kind of relax here, but I want you to be comfortable, okay? So just softening your eye gaze when you're ready. Perhaps closing your eyes. Just notice as you settle for a moment. We did a full practice. In addition, we also did a little bit of massage work, a couple different points in this practice. All right, so notice how it felt. Notice your vibrant energy. The season of the summer solstice, as we welcome it in, we do feel more energetic. They give us this beautiful look into our unique lives. And we find and discover our own beautiful bright light. So as you pause here for a moment, perhaps you can just envision a lovely, bright light. Maybe it's something as simple as a candle flickering on a table. Maybe it's the light that comes from our sunrise. Perhaps it's even the moon on a clear night when the moon is nice and full. Whatever you pause to notice, a big bright light, just allow it to be present with you here for the moment. And then picture that beautiful bright light coming from deep inside of you and radiating that gorgeous light to all of those around you, to your family, to your friends, to your neighbors, to the members of our class, to people you don't even know. But feel that beautiful inner light coming from you and touching others. And take a moment here to notice how you're feeling. And then take a big, beautiful, deep breath in. And as you exhale, exhale with an easy smile. One more time. Nice, big, deep breath in. And as you exhale, exhale with that big, beautiful smile. Feel free to wiggle your fingers and your toes. You can start to make larger movements in your hands and your feet, your wrists and ankles, your arms and legs. Please feel free to stretch or move any way you would like. And as you flutter, blink your eyes open. Notice how you're feeling right here. Feeling that beautiful light coming from you and touching all of those around you. If you'd like, you're more than welcome to bring your hands back to your heart or crisscross at your heart, or just leave them wherever you would like. Take a deep breath in, and one more time, exhale with a smile. It is from my heart to yours that I say thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for working hard in our practice. Thank you for inviting this beautiful change of season. And most importantly, thank you for shining your beautiful bright light to this world. Again, thank you all for being with our practice in our group today. Namaste. Real quickly, before we all pop off, just a gentle reminder. Next week, Kathy Reese will be with you. The week after, we will be closed. We won't have class on July 1st. We close the yoga center for the 4th of July holiday week, so we will not be offering class July 1st. I will be back with you on July 8th, okay? So next week, Kathy, then you have a week that's off, so this would be a good place to use the videos, and then the following week, I'll be back with a fresh practice for the month of July. Okay, sound good? All right, have a wonderful day, everybody. Again, thank you all for being here. Thank you, Jim and Janet. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Margaret. Thank you, Royce. Thank you, Paula, I see you there. Thank you, Wayne. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Ann. Thank you, Jim. Thank you. I know a few of you already popped off, but great to have you all here. Stay well, stay awesome. And thank you again for sharing this practice.
Thank you, Katie.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.